Welcome to Police State USA, where the authorities are your friends and safety is our business. Which is why we're in your business. We offer you the latest in quiet drones to make sure your neighbors aren't breaking the law. Ubiquitous cameras to record everyone's moves so you'll be safe from crime. Eavesdropping technology so nobody will be allowed to say the wrong thing. Quality media stories to make sure that you receive only the appropriate news. SWAT equipment to ensure that nobody is able to get away with anything. At Police State USA, you'll learn how our out-of-control government is turning Orwell's nightmare into reality.
It's time for Fully Threaded Radio.
It is Fully Threaded Radio, voice of the FCH Sourcing Network. Thanks for joining us again, everybody. It's episode 86, and we're publishing. A little late again. Sorry, Bri.
Yep. I've been waiting here.
It's September 25th. We have a lot of good reasons, though.
I know.
And I'm Eric Dudas. You're Brian Musker. How are you, Bri?
I'm doing just fine, actually. Working away, getting stuff ready for our show.
That's right. The Vegas show is the big news coming up. Everybody's really working on what they're doing. Actually, I got a note here from Simi over at Stellfast. Apparently the monkeys are in.
Ah.
Of course, no hint as to what the color is. And, I don't expect to be able to finagle one, so I'm just giving up on that.
Right. You always did want a monkey, though, didn't you? I know that.
Well, I get the monkey every year. It's just I'd like to know what color it is before,
Get it.
I don't know. I guess we're not that influential members of the Fastener media or something. But we do have a great episode of Fully Threaded Radio for you today, everybody. So at a certain rate, I guess we are part of the Fastener media. Our feature presentation today is a conversation with Mark Georgia of Fascomp. He is an electronic components expert, so those of you who are wonks in that area will enjoy today's discussion very much. And Brian, you and he got into a couple of very esoteric areas that I never would have thought of.
I know. Yeah, I've discussed this with some others before. Right.
We're going to kick things off, though, today with a conversation with the NIFS, the Vegas show partner and American Fastener Journal publisher, Mr. Mike McGuire. He's got a couple of announcements to make. They have renewed the Hall of Fame, and they've got a couple of inductees. That's kind of exciting. They've also changed the location of the Welcome Bash this year, so don't miss that if you are heading to Vegas.
And if you're heading to the Welcome Bash.
And if you're heading to the Welcome Bash, that's correct, because, my guess is even though they're moving it, we're still going to get lost. But
right, I'd like this. It's like this great, anaconda train of people wandering round and round, and we're looking for now. When you get to the Oyster Bar, you have to turn left or something.
And on today's Fastener News Report with Mike McNulty, he's the editor, of course, of Fastener Technology International magazine. He's going to be talking with Jim Derry. And we haven't talked with Jim on the show recently, but of course, Field Fastener has been in the news. They've made another acquisition. They've received some awards. They continue their amazing growth. And he's got a great conversation there. So
cool. Time for us to head up to Rockford again, I would think.
I think it's actually Chesney Park.
Oh, yeah, I know. But to me, it's sort of, much the same, really.
Kind of like the upper crust of Rockford.
Yeah. But it's just a dot on a map like everything else, when you look at the world, okay? So, like Naperville, to me, I'd say Chicago. And at least everyone knows in the world.
Everyone knows. And fortunately, since we have this opportunity, we can tell everybody that we have some great sponsors.
We do, Yes, the title sponsors of Fully Threaded Radio are Stellfast and Trinity Hardware Headquarters. Stellfast, for service you deserve and people you trust. And Trinity Hardware Headquarters, for parts done right. Also sponsoring the show are Buckeye Fasteners, Volt Industrial Plastics, Fastenal, ND Industries, and Solution Industries, home of Solution Man. So thanks for your support. Appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you at the show.
Hopefully we will. And thanks to all our sponsors. And again, as Brian just said, thank you all for listening in. I'd also like to mention, as long as you just brought up Trinity, they had a wonderful open house at their Muscatine, Iowa facility, which is quite a large distribution center. And I'd like to thank them for the hospitality. Dan, the hamburgers were very well done. George, conversation was great. The rest of you guys, I don't want to get into it right now. We'll talk about it at the Bourbon Room. But Trinity, they put it out there for the industry. So thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah, I couldn't make it. I was down in Texas.
That's right.
Enjoying
on a secret clandestine mission, which we'll be announcing later.
Yeah, right.
Hey, right before we let you get to the next segment, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break here from our fine sponsors, but I want to remind everybody that we have a scholarship program running with the Fastener Training Institute. If you or someone in your organization is somebody who wants to participate in the Fastener Training Institute's Certified Fastener Professional curriculum, please send us an email. The address is ftr@fullythreaded.com. Send us 200, 300 words. Tell us why you think it's important. We've got a couple of good submissions so far, but we're going to be picking that. What did we say was the deadline? October 19th, I think. No, excuse me, October 15th. And we'll be announcing the winner at this year's Bourbon Room After Bash, which is going to happen after the first day of the Vegas show.
Right. So you need to get into gear, okay?
That's right. So thanks again for listening, everybody. We will be right back to put a wrench to this one.
When top quality and outstanding service are at the top of your list in fastener suppliers, turn to Stellfast. Since 1976, Stellfast has grown to become an industry-leading importer and manufacturer of the highest quality industrial fasteners, specialty items, and automotive parts. Our array of facilities across North America and in Asia, along with full quality control labs and ISO 9001-2008 certifications, ensure the highest quality parts, and at Stellfast, they're delivered with undisputed service excellence. We're family-run and dedicated to your success. Our customers have come to depend on the expertise of our staff and the quality of our products. We also offer a wide range of secondary services to meet some of the toughest requirements you might have. Contact Stellfast today through our website at www.stellfast.com and put us to work for you. Stellfast. Service you deserve, people you trust.
Where do you go when you need fasteners fast, or a unique part that you can't live without? 3 words: Trinity Hardware Headquarters. You can easily find whatever you're looking for with our convenient online catalog that features over 30,000 different types of fasteners available in packaged quantities, product kits, and assortments. And now you can order over 2,000 of the most popular line items online 24/7, 365. Whether you're looking for standard inch and metric sizes or one of those hard-to-find parts, it's not hard to find at TrinityHardwareHQ.com. With over 400,000 square feet of warehouse space in locations throughout the Midwest and South, filled with over 18 million pounds of fasteners, Trinity Hardware Headquarters has exactly what you need. When you can't afford downtime, let Trinity Hardware headquarters hold it together with the fasteners you need. Visit our website at www.trinityhardwarehq.com or call us at 888-232-1010. Trinity Hardware Headquarters, for parts done right.
Since 1905, Buckeye Fasteners and the Ohio Nut and Bolt Company have been supplying the world with high-quality fasteners. Our standard product lines include weld fasteners, braided weld screws, leg levelers, self-clinching hardware, clevis pins, rivet nuts, and various other fastener lines, allowing us to support virtually all types of industries. We have complete custom manufacturing capabilities in low carbon, medium carbon, and stainless steel materials, and our quality systems are registered to ISO standards. Our on-staff engineering department can assist you with product development and provide total technical support. Our knowledgeable sales team members offer superior customer service and are here to answer any questions you may have regarding our products. Having a hard time finding a part? Let our sourcing specialists do the work for you to locate those items. We offer competitive pricing with typically smaller minimums and shorter lead times. To find out more about Buckeye Fasteners, please call us at 800-437-1689 or on the web at buckeyefasteners.com. Buckeye Fasteners, more than just weld.
Do you know how to create an integrated campaign to promote your company's products and services? Or how to write a dynamic press release? What's in your communications toolbox? Attend the 5th Annual Wi-Fi Speaker Series and Networking event on October 22nd at the National Industrial Fastener and Mill Supply Expo in Las Vegas. Learn how to elevate your company's profile at conferences, how to make a presentation to clients that is clear, fast, and to the point. Learn why and how to use Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn to brand your company and yourself. What is a hashtag, and why does it matter? Why is it important to have a good headshot and a professional website? Learn about all of these new sales tools and more. Participate in the Wi-Fi networking event and win prizes during the Wi-Fi raffle. Come get inspired and create your communication toolbox for today's world. Visit FastenerWoman.com for more information. This is Pam Berry at Advanced Components. I'll see you there.
In this economy, I need to cut cost and freight or I'll lose my customer.
Solution Man Ken. The more you order, the more you'll save. With free freight on orders over $1,000. See the Solution Industries website for details at solutionIND.com.
Solution Man, you're my fastener hero.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
How you doing? This is Al Felice from Rapid Rivet Fastener, your rivet specialist, and you're listening to Fully Threaded Radio.
Brian and Eric back with you on Fully Threaded. And as you know, Brian, there's so much to report on during this episode. It's kind of jam-packed, but we got somebody on the line with us who's got some news about one of the big events coming up, and that is an annual event industry, and of course that's NIFS being held this year. What is it, Mike? It's October 22nd through the 24th at the Sands in Las Vegas. Mike McGuire, partner of the show, welcome to Fully Threaded.
Nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, it's been a little while, and I don't know if we'll run into you at the show this year because we planned it this year so that we're, like, I think in the far corner in the back. But, we might run into each other, so.
That's the prime position.
Good, thank you.
Especially if you like weird candies made out of seaweed, I found.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if I found those, okay.
Couple of changes this year. I caught wind of this, and I figured it might be a good thing to get it onto the podcast because, as you know, people don't always read all their materials. And for the last several years, you've been having your very successful welcome reception at the Harrah's, and this year you have a new location, don't you?
Yes, sir. We actually moved across the street to Treasure Island.
which gives us some additional benefits over Harris. One, it's closer. It also gives us 2 rooms where we can now hold the Hall of Fame induction ceremony again. That's something we wanted to do for several years, just have not had the facilities to do it. So with the move, it allows us to do that. Plus, a lot of people would get lost when they went down to Harris. The signage was not good and just was difficult to find the cocktail party sometimes. So we think this will work out better for everybody.
Right. I'm one of those people who wandered around getting lost. You had to look for some oyster bar and then take a left turn and go somewhere, and then usually you had to follow people. That was how you got there.
Yeah, well, usually it was people following people who also didn't know where they were going. That was hilarious last year. I think there was probably a train of about like 40 of us wandering around. And but it's really nothing new for me, because as soon as I get off the plane in Vegas, pretty much I spend about 60 to 65% of my time completely lost. I don't know where I am unless I'm at the sand. So, but good choice on that. And I wanted to ask you about, of course, the Hall of Fame inductions, because that is an event that's been brought back. It was there for a while. What's the history behind that? And I guess more importantly, who are the inductees?
Well, Leo Core, who's the publisher and editor of the Shivers Link, and Surrender, who's the owner and president of Fastener, the importer. And actually, Leo was asked several years ago to be inducted, and he at the time declined and said, well, wait a few years. So I came back around, and the committee came together, and I said, let's talk to Leo. And we're very pleased that he agreed to be inducted this year.
Good.
Although he will not be able to attend it, but I'm sure some family members will represent him well.
Okay.
Well, he certainly is deserving. He is a huge name in this industry, has been for quite some time, and made quite a contribution. Too bad he won't be there.
Yeah, good man.
Now, I noticed that the Hall of Fame reception is at 5 to 6, and that's on October 22nd. Again, that's happening at the Treasure Island Ballroom. This is by invitation only, and we were speaking about this before we started recording. Could you just go over, again, the reasoning behind that?
Well, we did one in the past during the cocktail party, and with, let's say, 1,500, 1,800 people in a room, we couldn't get enough quiet or silence so the inductees could give a speech or talk. And we wanted to make this more of a kind of a family, private, friend induction. So the Leo and Surrender have the tickets to invite who they want, and so it'll be a smaller ceremony, but more intimate to the inductees.
Okay.
And then it's like I say, it's an hour before the cocktail party, and then we literally go from one room to the next. We go from the induction into the ballroom, the other ballroom for the cocktail party.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, the reception, again, that is October 22nd. That's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. officially. But, people linger after, right. A lot of people go to dinner. A lot of people have meetings scheduled. But there's also a lot of people that tend to linger. What's the official position? Do you have a cash bar at that point, or what happens?
Yes, there's a cash bar after our party is over.
Now, Thursday night after the show, Thursday, of course, is the big day of the show.
Right.
And the after party that's kind of informally emerged, I guess this will be the third year. Marty Nolan started this, and that is at the Bourbon Room. Everybody's invited into that. It keeps getting bigger every year. And we've been reporting on this. I'm not sure if you got wind of it or not, Mike. One of the events that'll be happening this year at the Bourbon Room after party will be that we will be announcing the winner of our, I guess, hopefully first annual Fastener Training Institute scholarship, which is we're very excited. We've been getting a couple of really, really nice people are really putting some thought into these things. Very impressive.
Yeah. Well, one other thing we're doing this year is I'm going to say show management. We're donating a position at the FTI in Las Vegas this year. We don't have all the names yet organized to do a matrix to do a selection, but that'll be announced here hopefully next week. So we'll have another attendee for the training session.
That's fantastic. Well, training is really a major theme in the industry these days, and there's no secret about that.
Right. I have to put a plug in here. I hope you've seen or read about our Fastener training posters, which we're going to be displaying in our booth at the show, and they've been going very well. We've had people from, I guess one that thrilled me was NASA in Huntsville, Alabama, bought a set. But we've had distributors from less than $2 million in sales to over $100 million, plus several fastener manufacturers buy a set of posters for their training. So like you say, training is very hot.
Yeah.
At this time.
I think I saw something about that on Twitter sometime back, and I'll look forward to seeing them at the show. Assuming I can make my way all the way across the floor, from my far-off, distant region of where my booth is to yours.
you have to walk past us to get to yours. So.
I don't know, man.
So,
sometimes it's easier for me to go in the back door where all the Teamsters are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have done that myself.
Any other big news coming out of the NFS show this year? Anything else to report that we should all start getting excited about?
Well, as of the other day, Wednesday, we're at 818 booths, so we're actually just too shy of our record, and we only have about 5 left, so we think we'll be totally sold out come showtime.
Wow.
And attendance is coming in very strong, so overall, we think this will be the biggest show we've ever had in Las Vegas.
Wow, well, that's good.
About it, so, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And business seems to, most people indicate their business is better and picking up, and so I think there'll be a lot of activity on the floor.
Well, that sounds great. The website for this, you need to get details. You want to find some arrangements. If you got to order supplies or you want to just see the schedule, is www.fastenershows.com.
Right.
And Mike, you're going to have that guide. Remember the app that runs on the phone? It's like where all the booths and things are. Is that set up this year?
I believe it is, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and of course, everybody gets a show directory when they come in.
Yeah.
They give you all the exhibitors and the booths and that kind of thing. We are looking for some more announcements here shortly that exhibitors will be giving, spiffs away. We call them at the show, either dating on an order placed at the show, or free freight, or whatever, or baker's dozen, that kind of thing.
Got it.
We can promote that.
And, of course, stop by the FCH booth, which is 1855 this year, folks, and make sure you pick up your complimentary copy of the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. We gave those out last year. It was a big hit, and, man, we need it more than ever now.
Yep.
So turning from the show then, Mike, what are you hearing out there in the industry? What's the news that Mike knows and nobody else knows?
Well, I can't repeat that then. No. But I just think, talking to people every day, business seems to be improving. I'm not sure it's back where it was exactly, but it is getting better. I think most companies are working on a leaner staff and getting the same production out of people. But I think people are still waiting a little bit for, I hate to say it, for what's going to happen in the election 2 years from now, or what's going to happen with these midterm elections, and will it affect Obamacare. So there's still some hesitancy on people to make some major decisions, I think.
Yep, I think you're
right. And there's acquisitions we see about all the time, and I'm kind of seeing more fall through than go through. But I think that trend will continue.
Yeah.
And like I said, you hit I think one of the most important things today is training. And the industry, after many years, I'm going to say decades, have finally getting it done, and FTC's done a great job with it, and hopefully that'll continue.
Hear, hear. Well, Mike McGuire, you're the publisher of American Fastener Journal. You're also a partner of the NIFS show, which is the big event of the year for the fastener industry. Again, folks, the website to get out there and get more info, www.fastenershows.com. And according to your date clock here, we got 40 days, 21 hours, 38 minutes, 41 seconds. Great feature for the website. I love it. Look forward to seeing you there, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Hey, mate.
Good.
See you then.
Good talking with you.
Yeah. Pleasure.
All right. Take care.
Brian and Eric, they're online. Fastener Talk Radio Extremist. You're right on with Fully Threaded Radio.
Ah, Iowa. Field of dreams, Hawkeyes, corn. The only state that starts with 2 vowels, and the home of Trinity Hardware headquarters. What's so special about Trinity Hardware headquarters? How about the fact that offering 30,000 types of fasteners just wasn't enough variety? So they've added new lines of packaged clamps, rib neck carriage bolts, and plow bolts. And who doesn't need new plow bolts after this winter? Trinity Hardware headquarters also has over 600 cushioned clamps made in the USA by KMC, 18 sizes of ribbed neck carriage bolts, and over 40 sizes of plow bolt kits. And that's just the new stuff. They're still stocking their 400,000 square foot warehouse top to bottom with screws, nuts, bolts, washers, fittings, just about any fastener you could possibly need. And you can order 24/7 online from trinityhardwarehq.com or call 888-232-1010 anytime. Trinity Hardware Headquarters, for parts done right.
There are plenty of great-looking, high-functioning websites in the fastener industry, but let's face it, lots of fastener distributors have sites that leave something to be desired. Hey everyone, it's Fully Threaded Radio co-host Eric Dudas here, asking a very simple question. Does your website need a fast and cost-effective upgrade? If so, I have great news for you. And I'd like to introduce you to Jody Elizabeth Jeffrey of marketing company Brooks Jeffrey.
Hi, y'all. This is Jody Elizabeth, and we're so delighted to be partnering with the FCH team to bring an all-new fastener distribution website solution to the industry. It's called Fastener QuickSite. Everyone in the fastener industry knows FCH, and Brooks Jeffrey has been in the marketing business since 1984. We started working with fastener websites such as the Fastener Connection in Houston and Southwest Fastener Association. Then we met up with the guys from Fastener Clearinghouse.
That's right, Jody. Your team does a fantastic job of providing great-looking, easy-to-navigate websites for small to mid-sized businesses. And your content management engine updates make it as simple as can be. Fastener QuickSite brings all of these features to fastener distributors. It's fast, full-featured, simple, and affordable.
Thanks for saying so, and I agree. That's why we have hundreds of websites now in service across a broad array of companies and organizations. Better yet, for the fastener industry, we've created a website package that uses the FCA Quick Catalog and Quote Builder. This allows fastener distributors of every size or technical ability to compete online by presenting their inventory listing on the web, but at a small fraction of the cost and with much less complexity of a full-blown e-commerce.
Hey folks, stay tuned to Fully Threaded Radio, as we'll be talking a lot more with Jody Elizabeth about the many benefits of Fastener QuickSite for fastener distributors who need to move to the next level with their web presence. Until then, Jody, how can people contact you?
I'd be delighted to hear from any Fully Threaded listeners who need a fast and affordable website upgrade and who'd like to have the power of the FCH search interface right on their own website. So call me at the Brooks Jeffrey main office, toll-free number 800-506-8064. That toll-free number is 800-506-8064. Looking forward to hearing from y'all.
Thanks, Jody. It's good to be working with you and your team on Fastener QuickSite, a much-needed website solution for the fastener industry. For more, the number once again is 800-506-8064. Hope to hear from y'all real soon.
What can I get you, young fella? An ice-cold sarsaparilla? Something stronger like a beer from the tap? Maybe something even stronger like some blended whiskey?
Those sound like interesting choices, but I'll have an old rusty bolt.
You ain't from around here, are you, young fella?
No, sir. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio? Every time we sold old Rusty Bolt, the fight would break out because we couldn't keep enough in stock. I don't want to have to keep fixing this place up.
But I've traveled a great distance, and I've had my taste buds set on an old Rusty Bolt.
I might have one tucked away in the bottom of the cooler. Yep, here it is.
Hey, he's got an old Rusty
rusty bolt. Let's get him. I warned you.
Old Rusty Bolt beer, causing civil unrest since the 1800s. The preceding message was brought to you by Buckeye Fasteners and the Ohio Nut and Bolt Company, proud Fastener show sponsors of Old Rusty Bolt beer, official beer of the traveling salesman.
This is John Breeze with Arizona Industrial Hardware. Visit us at AIHfasteners.com, your source for aerospace fasteners, mil-spec hardware, and precision mechanical components. And you're listening to Fully Threaded Radio.
Brian and Eric back with you at the online party bungalow.
Sometimes known as the FCH Sourcing Network.
That is. And we are the people who bring you the FCH Sourcing Network, oddly enough.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Thanks for mentioning that.
Right, thought I would.
The web address for that, of course, everybody, is www.fastenersclearinghouse.com. The S is for safety, as everybody knows.
Or Scrubber.
Yeah.
Or
well, we'll debate that later. But the point being, get out there to fastenersclearinghouse.com whenever you're looking for a hard-to-find part. If we can help you move your stuff, your hard-to-find parts, your surplus, or even your A items, please get on the site. We'd be happy to talk with you. We'll get you set up. We'll make your phone ring.
Right.
What do you got cooking with FCH lately these days, Bri?
Oh, I've been working. Actually, I'm working on a slightly modified version of the search page. Some people know I've worked on one of these before a bit, but this is to add a little bit finer way you can search for stuff. I'm putting in buttons you can click on for domestic manufacture. Okay, it's only relevant to a few types of items, and also for regional searches, so you can search in Western region, California, Oregon, Washington State, or Midwest, things like that.
That's really cool. That's almost kind of like the reverse that we were talking about last episode, where we were opening things up internationally. So now we're going the other direction, which is cool too.
Well, the reality is that we have a lot of items we're listing, and this is a way of making it of you, being able to hone down the results.
Right.
And,
right.
Also, I've put in another set of changes so that if the system automatically, if you are searching for a type of stainless, say 300 class or say 400, and it doesn't find any, it will automatically widen it out into all types of stainless. That will do the same for metric grades of steel and for the general grade 2, 5, 8, 9 grades of steel as well.
That is awesome. You are like a demigod fastener taxonomy dude. It's just,
I know. Look, don't say it. My hat won't be able to fit on it.
Oh, yeah. Just let it swell. Let it swell.
So anyway, for all you people who are listening and ones who are coming to the Las Vegas show, make sure you stop by our booth. I'll be there because Eric is always gallivanting around somewhere else. And if you want to have a look, I'll show you our new search page. This is in development. It's not ready for live time yet, but you can see how it's changed and how it works.
That's right. And this year we're in booth 1855. We've said that a couple of times during the show, and we'll keep repeating it. Hopefully some people will make it out there. And Jody Elizabeth from Brooks Jeffrey will be there as well. And a lot of people are going to get a kick out of meeting her and her team, and they're going to be working with us. More on that later.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got the Fastener News Report coming up very shortly, Bri. Want to mention again to everybody, we've had a change with the Fastener Distributor Index. Now we have all of the data that we've collected, and we appreciate everybody giving us your numbers. Of course, it's September now. We're always a month after, so we've got the August numbers. We've got it there, and we're working with the NFDA. We've got some very positive cues that this is going to continue, but we're working on a little bit. No number to report this episode, but the Fastener Distributor Index I think is going to continue. So I think that's good news.
Mm-hmm. I think it is.
Yeah.
Someone else has to work out how to do all the calculations.
And Halden has been very, very gracious, and he's sharing with us his info. But what's really required here is an objective analyst. And there's not a lot of Holden Lewises out there in the world, as I found. But
yeah.
Sit tight, everybody. We'll get to it. Hey, one other thing, and then we'll get to the Fastener News Report. That'll be with Mike McNulty talking with Jim Derry and all the headlines. Got a note here from Vicki Lester over at the PacWest, and their conference coming up next year, their spring conference, is April 22nd to the 25th. It's happening in Long Beach, and I don't know if this is a change for them or not, but she's making kind of a headline out of it, so I'm assuming that it is. But they're offering exhibit space now to non-members of the association. So it's a great group. If you get out there, again, that's April 22nd through the 25th, 2015, Long Beach. Might be something for you to consider. And with that, we, along with our friend Mike McNulty, have some news about screws you can use.
Right. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you in a few minutes, folks.
Thanks, Eric and Brian. This is Mike McNulty from Fastener Technology International Magazine, bringing you the Fastener News Report, which is sponsored today by Volt Industrial Plastics, makers of the world's finest plastic fasteners. For the last 10 years, the Cleveland Browns have treated their fans to a home opener loss as a prelude to another disappointing football season. Last Sunday, on a sun-splashed field, the cycle was finally broken. While the Browns were beating the New Orleans Saints in dramatic fashion, there were reports that the ground was shaking inside the stadium. I didn't have tickets, so I gladly watched from my family room, which does not shake, and might be the main reason that I am still focused on the fastener industry and ready to deliver today's Fastener News Report. In today's report, we're going to hear about 2 honors for Field Fastener. Also in today's report, we have newsmaker headlines from the Women in the Fastener Industry, Worth Canada, the Pacific West Fastener Association, Ningbo Jingding Fastening Piece USA, Hudson Fasteners, the FCH Sourcing Network, Penn Engineering, and Profile. On the back page report, we're going to talk about STEM education and market forces. We will get to all of that and the Field Fastener story right after this.
Whether you need a small or large number of fasteners, there is no reason why you should have to sacrifice quality or service for that matter. Volt Industrial Plastics takes great care with each and every order to ensure you receive a quality fastener in a timely and affordable manner. Our state-of-the-art production equipment allows us to produce any quantity you request quickly and efficiently. And with same-day shipping on nearly 1 million in-stock fasteners, we carry an inventory so you don't have to. Visit us online at voltplastics.com to find out more about our quality American-made products. Volt Industrial Plastics, manufacturer of the finest plastic fasteners in the world.
For a selection of hundreds of thousands of fasteners, check out your local Fastenal store or Fastenal.com. We can stock domestic or internationally sourced product locally and keep your bin stock filled for you at no additional expense. We are a 9001-2008 certified company that's made a huge investment in quality control so you don't have to. And if you can't find it on our shelf, we can make it for you at the quantity you need at one of our many manufacturing facilities. Learn more by contacting your local Fastenal store or visiting Fastenal.com today.
My customer sent me a print for a bolt specifically for the machine in his shop, but we can't make it.
Solution Man can. Provide me with a print, and my superhuman CNC machining team will custom make it for you faster than a manufacturer's rep drinking at an open bar. Visit the Solution Industries website for details at solutionind.com.
Wow, that is fast.
So are you at the distributive social, huh?
Back to the Fastener News Report with Mike McNulty.
Next up, today's Fastener Newsmaker headlines. The Women in the Fastener Industry Scholarship Committee has announced the 2014 recipients of its scholarship competition. Patricia Dyer of Stelfast will attend classes at the Fastener Training Institute as the recipient of the Ann Biscayr Waltz Scholarship. Shelby Cunningham, the Interactive Media Coordinator at Hudson Fasteners, is the recipient of the Edith Cameron Scholarship, and she will attend the 2014 Fastener Show in Las Vegas. Worth Canada Limited has moved its headquarters to Guelph, Ontario. The automotive, trucking, and industrial fastener supplier was founded in Montreal, Quebec in 1971, and it currently has more than 475 employees and over $100 million in annual sales. Building on the success of the 2013 Spring Conference and Tabletop Show, the Pacific West Fastener Association has scheduled a repeat event April 22nd to 25th, 2015 at the Westin Long Beach Hotel in Long Beach, California. The Tabletop Show is scheduled for Thursday, April 23rd, and it is expected to be twice as big as the 2013 show. Ruth Dowling Kaufman at Ningbo Jingding Fastening Piece USA reports that parent company Ningbo Jingding in China has received Q1 registration and 20E licensure from the American Petroleum Institute for the manufacture of bolts and studs. Ningbo Jingding is also certified to ISO and TS standards, and it has been making many types of fasteners for export since 1992. Hudson Fasteners in Youngstown, Ohio, has applied for a $150,000 grant from Chase as part of a newly launched program, Mission Main Street Grants. Hudson Fasteners must submit a growth-based business plan and receive at least 250 votes to be eligible for the grant. Voting is available at missionmainstreetgrants.com. The FCH Sourcing Network is still accepting applications for a Fastener Training Week scholarship. To qualify for selection, candidates must work within the fastener industry and should submit a 250-word essay on the importance of training in the fastener industry, as well as the impact of training on the candidate's career. Candidates can be nominated by business owners or managers who are welcome to submit an essay on behalf of one nominated candidate, or individual candidates may submit an essay on their own behalf. The deadline is October 15th, and the winner will be announced during the Las Vegas Fastener Show after event known as the Bourbon Room Fastener Bash on October 23rd. Essays can be sent by email to ftr@fullythreaded.com. And our final Fastener Newsmaker headline is that Penn Engineering in Danborough, Pennsylvania, has acquired Profile Verbund Technique, a nut and stud maker based in Germany. Profile will continue to operate as a separate company under the Penn Engineering corporate umbrella, and the Profile brand will remain unaffected. Profile CEO Dr. Frank Grunau and its CFO Petra Mikkels will continue to lead the company, and they will report to Mark Petty, the CEO of Penn Engineering. Terms of the deal were not announced, and no changes are expected regarding operations, facilities, or employees. And our top Fastener Newsmaker headline is that Field Fastener has received a couple of honors in the month of September. First up is they were named by Inc. magazine as one of America's fastest growing private companies, and they were made by EHS Today as one of America's safest companies. To get details on these honors for Field Fastener, we talked to Jim Derry, president of Field Fastener. Hi, Jim. Thanks for joining us on the Fastener News Report.
It's great to be here. Nice talking to you today.
Glad you could join us. And this is good news that these two awards were announced almost back to back, one week after the other. And what can you tell us about them?
Well, I appreciate the chance to chat about it. The recognition from Inc. magazine as one of the fastest growing companies in America for the fourth year in a row really it's a recognition of the energy and effort our team has put into everything they do on a day in and day out basis. So it's great to have some external organization recognize the company for a job well done.
And I saw in the release that you guys had a growth rate of you're averaging over 20% growth per year since 1990.
Yeah, that's something that we're really proud of, and I think it boils down to we have just an amazing group of people on our team, and as we've evolved as a company, we've come to really understand how important the culture is in our business, and really that now is more important than anything. We talk about how strategy is more important, how culture is more important than strategy. And it boils down to our team having a shared vision, a shared purpose, a common understanding of what it is we're trying to accomplish as a company.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are empowered to make decisions. They get trained to do the right kinds of things. And then ultimately they get rewarded for a job well done. So it's great to be a part of a team that really works together well and is passionate about taking care of our customers. And that's really that's how you grow, by keeping the current customers and developing new relationships with companies that recognize the value proposition that we have. And we think the value proposition is pretty clear. We help our customers save money. And we do that by providing robust VMI systems to help them make sure that they have the right part in the right place. And then we've got a very aggressive and proactive engineering organization that can help our customers take the costs out of the products that they assemble and build. So it's a combination of a fired up team with a great culture and a value proposition that our customers recognize.
Well, you guys must be doing something right, because that growth rate is pretty phenomenal, and the recognition that you're getting from Inc. magazine is just proving that out. Now, I know a couple months ago you guys announced that you merged with HRS Logistics, and obviously that contributes to the growth rate. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, that's an exciting part of the future of the business, and that acquisition happened in July, so that really hasn't had an impact on the growth, but it will help facilitate that, keeping that growth rate at 20% of the year for the next several years. And that was a real strategic acquisition. As we looked at where we're strong and where we needed to enhance the organization, it became apparent that we needed to be geographically more dispersed. Our main facility is in Illinois, and we have a lot of customers in the South and into Mexico. And the HRS as an organization has their primary facilities in Tyler, Texas, and they have several operations in Mexico. So the combination geographically of where Field is strong and HRS is strong is really great. But the most exciting thing about that acquisition, is the culture of HRS and the culture of Field is very similar. And that's what made it such an exciting opportunity for us. And as we've now started to bring the companies together, we're 2 months into it, we're really starting to see how the synergies will come together nicely. They, again, have a very similar culture, but they're geographically dispersed. They're in markets that are very different than the markets we operate in. So it brings a lot of the strengths together where they're strong and we're not, and where we can help them. So it's really an exciting time, and the teams have started to merge together well. There's a bunch of cross-training going on, and we are excited about how things are going the first 2 months. So that's going to be a real exciting thing for us in the future. And I think that part of the business will continue to grow and help us keep that 20% a year growth rate going.
No, that's good to hear, and I'm glad that it's good to hear you're focusing on people and not just numbers and adding things on. And that kind of leads into your other honor, is focusing on people. And you've gotten this award for being one of the named as one of America's safest companies by EHS Today. And I understand only 18 companies in the country got selected for this honor. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, that's another one that's, again, it goes back to the culture. We've had a focus on safety as part of our kind of a holistic way we try to work with the members of our team. We try to make sure the environment is safe and they're physically healthy and all that kind of stuff. So we created a safety team several years ago, and they just did a great job identifying ways to make the business more safe. And so they were empowered, they were impassioned, they were fired up about saying, hey, we can do things to make the organization operate more safely. And Tim Firm, the leader of our HR organization, provided some direction to that team, and they've really just done a great job just identifying ways to make the organization safer. And then part of that, we went over 2 years now without a recordable incident, which just means nothing's happened in over 2 years that could potentially cause somebody to get injured and harmed. So it's good for everybody. I mean, everybody wins, and the best thing about it from my perspective is that this was totally team driven. It wasn't something that Bill and I said, hey, you guys have to do this. They saw the need. Yeah, but they saw the need that we could make the organization safer and drove that entire process. And that was the part that was so exciting to see, is they sensed an opportunity to get better and then made it happen.
Yeah, that's an impressive record, over 775 days without an injury, and it's good to hear that you guys are on the right track. So keep up the good work, and congratulations to everybody at Field. Best wishes for the rest of 2014.
Mike, it was great chatting with you. It's always a pleasure, and thanks for the opportunity to talk.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. Jim Derry is the president of Field Fastener, and they've received 2 honors in the month of September. Finally, let's turn to the back page for a report on STEM education and market forces. Over the last few years, we have heard many reports on the shortage of American students studying science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the so-called STEM disciplines. High school guidance counselors and anxious parents have zeroed in on the top 10 starting salaries, which are always dominated by engineering job titles. Our current commander-in-chief pontificates that we need more engineers, as do his minions that would like to succeed him in 2016. CEOs of bloated government equipment suppliers are also beating the drums. A Lockheed Martin executive was quoted as saying, "We will lose if we don't produce at least 1 million more STEM grads." I'm a STEM grad myself, and I admit that the job prospects helped me make my initial education choice, but I think that there is too much unfounded hype on directing everyone towards STEM careers. There have been some contrarian reports on this so-called shortage of engineers lately, based on logic and fact, instead of emotion and politics. One that got my attention was written by John Tammy of Forbes.com. He used a market forces analysis to debunk the engineer shortage as political myth. As with products, market forces can produce the desired results with the education sector. He pointed out that the original computer cost more than $1 million, the first flat-screen TV cost about $20,000, and the first handheld cell phone was as big as a brick, and it carried a price tag of $4,000 with equally scary usage costs. Over the last several decades, we didn't need politicians or CEOs or education leaders preaching about the need for better and cheaper computers, TVs, or phones to get them. The natural market forces were allowed to work, and just like that, we all have access to amazing technology that was not even imagined when I was in college. The same goes for STEM grads, I believe. If the market needs more of them, it will get them naturally, especially if government and education regulators and so-called innovators keep their noses out of the system. Let's take the Soviet Union of the 1970s as an example. Tammy points out that they were turning out 10 times as many engineers as the USA was at that time, but we all know how that government-directed education experiment ended up. This has been Mike McNulty of Fastener Technology International, bringing you the Fastener News Report. Remember to send your news, pictures, comments, corrections, or complaints to me at McNulty@FastenerTech.com.
You are not going to want to miss the next segment of Fully Threaded Radio, especially if you're a jack screw fan. That's because we've got Mark Georgia of Fascomp joining us. It's Fully Threaded. Talk to you in a bit.
When top quality and outstanding service are at the top of your list in fastener suppliers, turn to Stellfast. Since 1976, Stellfast has grown to become an industry-leading importer and manufacturer of the highest quality industrial fasteners, specialty items, and automotive parts. Our array of facilities across North America and in Asia, along with full quality control labs and ISO 9001-2008 certifications, ensure the highest quality parts, and at Stellfast, they're delivered with undisputed service excellence. We're family run and dedicated to your success. Our customers have come to depend on the expertise of our staff and the quality of our products. We also offer a wide range of secondary services to meet some of the toughest requirements you might have. Contact Stellfast today through our website at www.stellfast.com and put us to work for you. Stellfast. Service you deserve, people you trust.
Where do you go when you need fasteners fast, or a unique part that you can't live without? 3 words: Trinity Hardware Headquarters. You can easily find whatever you're looking for with our convenient online catalog that features over 30,000 different types of fasteners available in packaged quantities, product kits, and assortments. And now you can order over 2,000 of the most popular line items online 24/7, 365. Whether you're looking for standard inch and metric sizes or one of those hard-to-find parts, it's not hard to find at TrinityHardwareHQ.com. With over 400,000 square feet of warehouse space in locations throughout the Midwest and South, filled with over 18 million pounds of fasteners, Trinity Hardware Headquarters has exactly what you need. When you can't afford downtime, let Trinity Hardware Headquarters hold it together with the fasteners you need. Visit our website at www.trinityhardwarehq.com or call us at 888-232-1010. Trinity Hardware Headquarters, for parts done right.
Hi everyone, it's Brian Musker. If you're listening to Fully Threaded, then you're no doubt aware of the FCH sourcing network found at fastenersclearinghouse.com. You've probably also heard about our legendary scrubber software that makes listing your inventory on FCH a snap. But have you heard about the new FCH SmartLink interface? With SmartLink, users of Business Edge, InSequel, and Distribution One have a new weapon in the war against excess inventory, because each of these platforms now links directly to the FCH scrubber system through an automated interface. The best part is that this new tool is available at no additional charge to FCH members who use Business Edge, InSequel, or Distribution One. With SmartLink, you can keep your inventory listings up to date with the click of a button, so it's a win-win for all FCH users. The new FCH FastLink interface is really big news, and we'll be thrilled to have your company using it. Business Edge, InSequel, and Distribution One users should contact their software provider for details, or just call me, Brian Musker. You can reach me through the FCH website at www.fastenersclearinghouse.com. That's fasteners with an S, and the S is for scrubber.
ND Industries has been solving customers' toughest problems through innovative technologies, competitive pricing, and industry-leading service since 1955. A family-owned business, ND Industries manufactures and applies fastener locking, bonding, sealing, masking, and assembling products. Their pre-application process makes fasteners ready to use at the point of assembly, resulting in reduced labor costs, time savings, and superior quality assurance. As a fully integrated company, ND handles all aspects of operations, from formulating custom chemical compounds and coating fasteners to providing inline inspection, packaging, and delivery services. ND Industries serves the global market with 13 divisions in the continental U.S. and also facilities in Taiwan, China, and Turkey. Learn more about ND Industries at our website at www.ndindustries.com. ND Industries, innovative technologies, competitive pricing, and industry-leading service. Contact ND today.
Hey, this is Clayton Allen from Buckeye Fasteners in Cleveland, Ohio, and you're listening to Fully Threaded Radio.
You know, Fully Threaded listeners they are used to, I think by now, Brian, us talking about new and expanding product category areas and different types of traffic that go through the FCH network. Lately, we've been talking a lot about international business coming through. Another one of those areas we don't talk about it too much, though, is electronic hardware, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, and we introduced a complete new category of electronic hardware. How well it really is defined is another matter, but we could discuss that, actually.
We actually could, and we do have a guy on the line who could probably add some clarity to some of the ambiguities we have out there. He is a guy who is actually based in Connecticut, but he's headquartered in Orlando, and his last name's Georgia. He, of course, Mark Georgia, president of Fascomp. Hey, Mark, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Now, you're not quite as confusing as the name and the location would sort of suggest, okay?
For those of you not familiar with Fascomp, their website is www.fascomp.com. They're the good guys in the electronic hardware area, and nice pants also every year at the Vegas show. I have to admit that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, Jason and I make every effort to bring a little bit of, let's say, pizzazz to an otherwise very drab market. I mean, let's face it, we sell fasteners, so we try and have a little fun along the way. And the attire, which we have some new things for the Fastener Show coming up in October out in Las Vegas. So we look forward to that show, and we've got some new surprises for everyone. So.
Well, that's good to hear. Anything that can liven things up. I've heard of a couple of little rumblings here and there. People I think, are sharing your opinion on all that. Now, but you guys are hardcore golfers, obviously, and so thus the golf motif. Do you actually wear that stuff when you go to association golf events and things like that? Because I've noticed that really the fastener industry as a whole is kind of subdued in their wardrobe when they're out there on the links.
Well, we do like to do that. We're big fans of the Loudmouth, a company by the name of Loudmouth, which is where all that attire comes from. And Jason actually plays with one of the owners of that company, and John Daly's also affiliated with that company. So you see John Daly on the tour, you'll see he's wearing similar clothes. But yeah, we have a lot of fun with it, and we put it in our ads, and it's just something to. It's easy to forget about a standoff or a screw, but with the color that we try to bring to the ads and the clothing that we wear at the shows, we kind of hope that our customers or potential customers will at least remember us.
Well, I've heard there's quite a bit of success happening over at Fascomp, so you must be doing something right. Now, Jason, that you have referred to, is Jason Bertone. You, of course, Mark Georgia, are the president of Fascomp. Jason is your partner, correct?
Jason is the vice president and managing partner. He is my partner, yes. And we've been together since 2001. We opened Fascomp. We're a supplier or manufacturer of fine quality electronic hardware, and it's sold throughout the world. We have a manufacturing facility here in Naugatuck, Connecticut, where I am. We also have a manufacturing facility in China, and corporate, and the majority of the sales activities is in Orlando, Florida.
So, Mark, the area you're in is a very specific area, electronic hardware. How come Connecticut got to be where a company was located that dealt with this with electronics, really? Electronic supply.
Well, I cut my teeth. I started in 1980, and I started with what is now a competitor of ours, and a very fine competitor, and a great company by the name of RAF. I left there in 2000, and we started Fascomp. The reason there are a lot of screw machines here in Connecticut, there's tool makers, there's a lot of plating facilities. In the 40s and 50s, Connecticut was really the screw machine capital of the world. We were making a lot of product here for the military. And when that kind of dried up, you either went away or you spawned off and did something else. And the 60s and 70s, and with the electronic boom, some of the companies decided we're going to start making. There's going to be electronic box build. Let's make the parts that assemble those boxes. And we have a slew of screw machine houses here that if it's made from bar, Connecticut is a very good place to be because the support's there. Again, the tool makers, the plating facilities, the bar stock suppliers. It's a good place to be.
Okay. Now, so that's a good place to be for manufacturing. What about, where would your main regions in the US of sales for electronics, your products be?
Well, New England is a very good market. The Southwest, really all over. The Southwest is a very good market. We sell quite a bit on the West Coast. Any sub-assembly houses, any contract manufacturers, anyone that's building boxes, and they're all over the country. We're selling to them. So our sales are throughout North America, and we're actually doing some sales overseas as well.
Got it. Sounds like you guys are pretty busy. Now, what is this that I heard about a new facility you have down in Orlando?
We just built a new facility and moved in May, which basically triples our floor space. So we're pretty excited about that, and it's going to give us the ability to build even more inventory. We have an enormous amount of inventory of standard electronic hardware. I'll say catalog items. Mm-hmm. We will continue to build that inventory, and in our world, it's really a niche market. My estimate on the total available market in North America is slightly over $100 million. It's not a big market. The reason a lot of the electronic box build has not gone overseas, that market's kind of rebounded here, is because we don't see a lot of 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 piece orders in our world. Our customers are looking for 500 pieces, 1,000 pieces, 200 pieces, 50 pieces, and we cut those orders all day. And the thing is, you have to have it. And the product line is so diverse. If you take one size out of the catalog, if you take a swage standoff and you include one diameter, you include 4 different threads that are standard that could possibly go in that part, 4 or 5 different shanks that could be put on that part, 4 different materials, say aluminum, brass, steel, or stainless steel. So you have one size, guys, and you've got over 80 items, and we haven't even talked about finishes yet. So it's very, very difficult to keep everything on the shelf, but we're trying.
I can tell Brian on the other line. I can hear Brian he's getting very excited by this.
Oh yes.
Fastener taxonomy.
Right. Yeah. But
our accountant's not thrilled about the inventory, but it works for us, so that's what we do. And
I can imagine that. Which part? I mean, is that industry governed by sort of military specs and things? I mean,
well, we do not get involved in that area. I'll tell you, our markets are telecommunications, the entertainment world, computers, assembly houses, specifically cable TV systems, cellular systems, telephone network systems. In the entertainment world, there'd be stage lighting, movie projection, amusement rides, video equipment, the gaming industries, computers, of course, the towers, PCs, printers, and board fill at assembly houses, board stacking, sheet metal manufacturers, and then we have miscellaneous markets that we sell into: airplane flight simulators, tattoo equipment, traffic control systems, surge protective systems, any kind of power supply units, really, any kind of electronic box build.
So in our modern age, when no one can do anything without a phone or something that's electronic, be it hooked into their Wi-Fi systems, the sort of market actually is getting bigger and bigger.
It is. As long as they're creating new products, new electronic products, the future's bright. The
Okay.
future's bright.
Good. Now, I'm sure that you can give me this amazing definition here, but when we set up our line of electronic hardware, I was convinced that I had to set up these two completely separate items in our catalog for things that to me looked exactly the same. And one was a jack screw, and one was a sort of a male-female standoff. So I'd love you to tell me and maybe some other people what the difference exactly is for these things that look the same.
The only difference between what's termed jack screw and what's considered a male-female is at the base of the thread, a male-female has an undercut. It's taken down to the minor diameter of the thread. The width is typically no greater than 1.5 threads. And with the jack screws, there is no undercut. There is an area of imperfect threads. Again, it may be a thread to a thread and a half. So that jack screw may not screw down flush to a flat panel. But in those applications, it typically doesn't, or there may be some washers involved. There's more torque allowed because the diameter at the base of the thread is greater. So there'd be greater torque. But the downside is if you're working on something where it's at a screw down flat, it's not going to take a go gauge all the way up.
Okay, good. So it is a difference because some people convince me you have to have the two separate things. Okay, I'll believe someone. Righto. Good. Well, it's cleared up a huge problem that I've had for like the last 5 years. No one else could care. No one else could care. Okay.
Amazing how many of these anomalies we've cleared up on various episodes of Fully Threaded. Thanks for that one, Mark.
Sure. What the product line is, the thrust of it is the standoffs. The male females are the best sellers. The female standoffs are very good sellers as well. And spacers and captive screws and thumb screws, of course the jack screws, precision shoulder screws, handles, washers. And we do a great deal of customer specific or print work. That's probably 15%, 20% of our total sales. So as long as it's a part that is made from bar, we're capable of supplying that part.
So if the number of real specials is that small, and I know you guys kind of run in tandem in some ways to a lot of the nut and bolt guys that we talk to, so your markets overlap with a lot of different industries. Are you hearing anything or feeling any pressure from AmazonSupply.com, or is there a feeling out there like they're going to start moving in on some of these things, these smaller commodity types of purchases?
I'm really not. I know there's some activity. There already is some activity with our type of product, but I think that's more for our product from Fascomp is predominantly sold through distribution. And the distributors that they're doing the inventory management programs, I think the Amazon, what I can see up there is there's a lot of onesie twosies, 2 pieces of this, 8 pieces of this, 6 pieces of that, and it's the prices are probably not competitive with what our traditional distributor would sell them for. I really haven't seen that taken much of a bite out of anything.
Got it. Now, are you yourselves selling online?
We are not. No, we don't conduct any commerce online. No.
I see that for people who are interested in getting to know somebody local from Fascomp, you've got a local reps link on your webpage, Fascomp.com. You got a good lineup of people out there in the different regions of the country, and a lot of these are real knowledgeable folks. So looks like some of that kind of explains some of your success.
Absolutely. We have a great crew of national representatives that do a fantastic job for us. I think it's one of the advantages that we have because most of our competitors do not. So our representatives, they supply local troubleshooting capabilities, local market intelligence. They work with the design engineers in the design stages to get the Fascomp numbers spec'd in. So it's a really big event. If we have anything going on in a territory, the first thing our salespeople do is call our rep. our inside sales staff. The first thing they do is call our rep and get them involved, and we get it worked out, whether it's a price negotiation or a problem with a part or something in the works and that is in the design stages. We leave it to the reps, and they do a great job for us. I think that's been a big part of our success and continued growth. And we do periodically we do training seminars with our reps, and we'll have a little fun with the gang, and I know they enjoy. We bring them down to Orlando, and a lot of work and a little fun, and it's worked out very, very well for us. And we have taken our time to find the right people to represent us, and we're really, really proud of that network.
Now, is the ability to play golf and wear these fancy clothes, is that part of the requirements to be a rep?
Well, it's not a bad idea, Brian. I think we're going to do that next year. I think we probably should do that.
So that completely knocks me out of the running, okay? Just in case you were thinking of that, okay?
Where are you set up this year for the Vegas show? Do you know your booth number off the top of your head?
I do have it because I was looking over the Vegas this morning.
That's a big 10-4. Fascomp 10:30.
All right. We won't be rubbing arms or elbows because it's like 3 miles away from where we are, I think.
But if you're in the mood for any really obscure candies, I'm sure there'll be plenty of that available in our area.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll be roaming around a little bit. Well, I'm sure we'll see you guys.
Good.
Well, we always are, and we were talking about Jason earlier, and I don't know if we're gonna should we expect a repeat performance from last year's Bourbon Room disco extravaganza?
My understanding is that would be yes. Thursday night. I anytime after 11. That's what I've been told. So.
Well, I may not be there.
Tickets are available. Booth 10:30. Swing by anytime Thursday during the show, and I'm sure Jason will be in rare form. Yeah.
That bit of dancing, which was recorded, I believe, on various YouTube videos, was that's going down in the annals of Fastener history of all-time great. I mean, he was like the Saturday Night Fever king of the Fastener world that night.
I know.
He takes work hard, play hard to a whole new level.
Oh, okay. This doesn't sound like the drab fastener industry to me.
All right, I'm actually now starting to expect some like velour pants with the Velcro. It's gonna come like whipping off into the crowd at some point. But let's not get anybody's hopes. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun time this year.
Right.
You folks will be out there. Of course, everything we've heard so far, we talked with Mike McGuire at the top of the show, and he said that I believe they're 2 booths short of their all-time record.
Wow.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's going to be close to a record, and maybe they'll even surpass it.
That's exciting. That's good news.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, though. Is that show, are those your mainline distributors? Is that the main kind of distributor who would sell your products? Is that who shows up at the NIFS show, or do you do other shows as well?
We typically don't do a lot of trade shows. A lot of our West Coast distributors and some East Coast distributors do visit with us at the Fastener show in Vegas. The interesting thing about our product line is I like to say that it falls in the middle as far as distributors go. We have distributors that are true fastener distributors, and we have distributors that are more what I like to say are on the Sparky side, the electronic side.
Right.
And our product kind of lives in the middle. Our product is sold by either. Whoever wants to pay attention to it, it falls in the middle. It's the low-tech product for the electronic distributors. It's the high-tech product for the fastener distributors. Mm-hmm. But one thing that's very, very typical, and this is from our distributors to us, is the margins for them on our product line are far greater than either of those worlds. So we really fall in the middle, and we have fastener distributors that completely have no interest in selling this product line, and electronic distributors that have no interest. But we also have both that are very, very successful with this product line. So we do typically run into some new distributors out there, and you think you know everyone because you've been around so long, and it's always fun to find a diamond in the rough, and we typically do with that show.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely true. I mean, we're amazed every year. I mean, we've only been doing this for, I think, like something like 8 years, and we're still amazed at it too. So yeah, there's a lot to gain by going out there. And speaking of the diamonds of the rough, it sounds like you certainly found one in your partner.
Jason does a good job. He works hard, and he's a little younger than me. He likes to travel. I did a lot of that in my earlier years, and I still do some. But I like to get more involved now in the manufacturing side of it, and can stay behind the scenes and do some of the marketing, developing of the catalog, and some of the other things. And we're constantly working with our IT people and upgrading our computer system, and I do that as well. So, but Jason, yeah, he's very energetic, and he's very aggressive. He's got a lot of mouths to feed. So, and I'm happy with that, because that keeps him aggressive and keeps him hungry. So it works out well for both of us.
Well, Mark Georgia, we are going to be looking forward to seeing you and Jason out there in Vegas. That's coming up real soon now. And sure was good to learn more about Fascomp. Again, the website is www.fascomp.com. Mark Georgia, you're the president. Sure do appreciate you joining us on Fully Threaded Radio.
Yeah, thanks.
Guys, thanks so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you guys, and we look forward to seeing you out in Vegas.
Looks like we may have not much trouble finding you based on the clothes, okay?
I promise you won't.
Okay, right, cool.
We'll be right back.
Brian and Eric, Fully Threaded Radio. It's Fastener Dog Approved Talk Radio for the fastener industry.
First, there was fire, and man said, "Fire, good." Then there was the wheel, and man said, "Wheel, good." With the invention of the wheel came the need for fasteners, and man loudly exclaimed, "Buckeye, good." Buckeye Fasteners, providing quality products since the dawn of man. The preceding message was brought to you by Buckeye Fasteners and the Ohio Nut and Bolt Company, proud Fastener Show sponsors of Old Rusty Bolt Beer, official beer of the Traveling Salesman.
Tell them Grog sent you. Ugh.
For a selection of hundreds of thousands of fasteners, check out your local Fastenal store or Fastenal.com. We can stock domestic or internationally sourced product locally and keep your bin stock filled for you at no additional expense. We are a 9001-2008 certified company that's made a huge investment in quality control so you don't have to. And if you can't find it on our shelf, we can make it for you at the quantity you need at one of our many manufacturing facilities. Learn more by contacting your local Fastenal store or visiting Fastenal.com today.
Do you know how to create an integrated campaign to promote your company's products and services? Or how to write a dynamic press release? What's in your communications toolbox? Attend the 5th Annual Wi-Fi Speaker Series and Networking event on October 22nd at the National Industrial Fastener and Mill Supply Expo in Las Vegas. Learn how to elevate your company's profile at conferences, how to make a presentation to clients that is clear, fast, and to the point. Learn why and how to use Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn to brand your company and yourself. What is a hashtag, and why does it matter? Why is it important to have a good headshot and a professional website? Learn about all of these new sales tools and more. Participate in the Wi-Fi networking event and win prizes during the Wi-Fi raffle. Come get inspired and create your communication toolbox for today's world. Visit FastenerWoman.com for more information. This is Pam Berry at Advanced Components. I'll see you there.
In this economy, I need to cut cost and freight, or I'll lose my customer.
Solution Man, Ken. The more you order, the more you'll save. With free freight on orders over $1,000. See the Solution Industries website for details at solutionIND.com.
Solution Man, you're my fastener hero.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
This is a traveling salesman at Fastener Talk, fastenerblog.net, and you're listening to Fully Threaded Radio.
Your online fastener amigos, Brian and Eric, back with you.
And now you know all about electronic components.
I gotta hand it to you, man. I didn't expect that conversation to go in some of those directions, but it was a very informative and interesting conversation, even though probably more so for you than me.
Oh, well, not necessarily, but you know, I can just remember when we were listing, and it could have been, I'm not sure, it could have been for Joe Truckee, Cal Fasteners, and I got caught up with these jack screws, trying to work, what is this thing? And I looked at the pictures, I said, it isn't a screw. And, it's just type of standoff. And anyway, the reality was that we ended up listing them differently or separately, but I never really understood why I was doing that. And so that was my chance to find out. I'm sure no one else really cares, except those in the electronics industry, but it's now you know all about these things. Okay?
And Jack the Fastener Dog, don't forget, because, you know.
Oh, yeah, another Jack. You're right. Yeah.
Right. Jack the Fastener Dog standoff or screw or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, we can't neglect our fastener dogs, Bri.
No, I know. Especially ones that still have the little Porteous keyring around his neck, actually.
He's got it on his collar.
Yeah.
I think Nick the Fastener Dog has that on his, too. There's probably a lot more out there that we're unaware of. Hey, folks, get with us anytime at the email address ftr@fullythreaded.com. We mentioned earlier in the show that we still have our scholarship program open. We'd be thrilled to hear from you. We'd really like to put you through the Fastener Training Institute program if you're that type of person. And we're also available on Twitter, although don't Twitter us that kind of thing, because I think, 72 characters? I don't know. I used to know all that. But our handle out there is @FullyThreaded.
Right.
Hey, I'd like to thank all our guests today. It was a good show, I think. Mark Georgia of Fascomp joined us for our feature segment. And Mike McGuire was here. And I think we'll all be talking to him out there. Of course, we got a long way to walk if we want to go and check out his booth, as you know, Bri. But
right.
we may do it.
Far for me to walk. I'll never be able to get that far away from the booth.
Thanks also to Jim Derry for joining Mike McNulty on the Fastener News Report. Job well done, men.
Yep.
The title sponsors of Fully Threaded Radio are StelFast. StelFast. For service you deserve and people you trust, it is StelFast. And our other great friends, Trinity Hardware Headquarters. Trinity, for parts done right. Fully Threaded is also sponsored by Fastenal, Buckeye Fasteners, ND Industries, Volt Industrial Plastics, and Solution Industries, home of Solution Man.
Right. And I'm still worrying about where the cape's going to turn up at the show.
Oh, it'll be there, believe me. I've heard some things, man. You're not going to want to miss it this year. And speaking of the show, we will throw it out there again. We will be in booth 1855. Come on out, join us, take a look at some of these new things Brian's been working on. Meet Jody Elizabeth. She's working on a great new web presentation for any mid to small size fastener company that needs a web presence, especially if you're interested in having FCH-like search capability right online for your stuff. Very affordable, very cool. Booth 1855. Hope to see you there.
Yeah.
And again, that's all because of the FCH sourcing network found at www.fastenersclearinghouse.com. That's fasteners with an S. The S, of course, for safety.
Safety or security or surveillance.
Surveillance, yes. Yes, that could be another one. I was hoping you were going to go to something more lighthearted like Scotch, but...
Oh, could have said that too, yeah.
I guess in this day and age, I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yep, thank God the government's looking after me.
Oh, thank God.
I know. I can sleep peacefully at night now, okay? And why wouldn't I want to?
Absolutely no reason, and especially when you consider our great sponsors and our great listeners. Folks, get with us at the email address ftr@fullythreaded.com. We love to hear from you. This has been episode 86 of Fully Threaded Radio. We really appreciate you listening in. We're going to talk to you next time.
Right.
What do you think, Bri?
Yeah, I think so. Or at the show, whichever. Or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
For Brian Musker, this is Eric Dudas. Thanks for listening. Get out there, sell some screws. We'll talk to you in the near future at one venue or another. And we'll talk to you next time.
Until next time, folks.
Fully Threaded Radio is a production of Fastener's Clearinghouse. Music provided by Audionautics.